milk toast. Now with your left hand, reach out and grab your nose. Say yeah, do a high five with your friend. Up high, down low, too slow, let's go.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Did you ever get one of those recipe subscriptions back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, where once a month they'd send you recipes and send you a box to collect them in, and you probably only have like half a box like I do. I have 2 of these. My mom has an avocado colored one from the 70s that we're in the process of looking for. I found these in the closet and I thought, hey, let's bake something from this. I probably hardly ever use this, but they did have some good recipes, some odd recipes. This one is from the 1980s that I collected, and it's my great recipes. And it has different categories: desserts, baked goods, meats. And this one is Great American Recipes. This one is from the 90s. I didn't have very many in here. But I was digging through this and saw some kind of neat stuff. So I thought, hey, let's bake something from this. Dessert favorites, they have rich chocolate pudding, easy apple dumplings. We'll do that in the fall. Apricot delight, some weird stuff too, that amaretto cream, orange flavored baked apples. But I saw in this one a glazed lemon bread that looked good, so I thought we could try that one. And let's see what else they had in here. Blueberry coffee cake. Ooh, that one kind of looks good, don't it? Let's pull that one out. Let's try that one. So maybe we can do a few videos on baking this, the things in this. Almond coffee cake. Looks good too. So anywho, we're gonna those 2, and then we'll dig through at another time and see if anything else looks interesting. I also got the Betty Crocker picture book that's from 1950, and I got it off of Poshmark, and it was supposed to be the 2nd printing. I ended up getting sent the 8th printing. To return it, they have to approve the return. You have to send a picture, which I did. They approve the return, but they only give you 2 days to return it, to get to the post office and mail it back. To get in until the seller receives it, that's when you get your refund. The book was only I think it was $31, so it wasn't even worth the trouble doing that, so I just went ahead and kept it. Little disappointing. Don't think I'll be ordering from Poshmark again. Buyer beware. Just because they show you a picture and advertise it doesn't mean that's what you're going to get. So lesson learned. Never had problems with eBay. Think I'll just keep shopping with them if I ever want to get anything more vintage. But they got some interesting recipes in there too that we'll probably try. In September, we're going to start our fall baking series. So we're going to do some Thanksgiving recipes, fall recipes, things with pumpkin, things like that. And then we'll move into our Christmas series where we're doing cookies and cakes and all different kinds of how-tos for different desserts that are really easy, and you'll be able to do them too. So thank you for joining. Like, share, subscribe, And I think we're going to do the blueberry coffee cake because I haven't done anything with blueberries in a while. So we'll go ahead and make this and let's get to it. Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be baking from our subscription box. So this one we're going to do maybe another time because I didn't find anything that I liked. But in this one, I saw this, I have to put my glasses on. When you're almost 64, you start losing your eyesight. So this is a blueberry coffee cake. And it looks good on the picture. I don't know if it's going to be good, period, because it's just not a whole lot going on the inside. But we'll see. We're going to try it. It calls for a package of active dry yeast, 1 cup of warm milk. You want to warm it to 105 to 115 degrees. 2 tablespoons of sugar, a half teaspoon of salt, 2 egg yolks, 2.5 to 3 cups of all-purpose flour, a 1/3 cup of softened butter or margarine. So that's how old this recipe is. It's got margarine in it. We're using butter. Then 1 egg beaten for an egg wash, and then 1 pound or 3 cups of fresh whole blueberries. You can use frozen, and don't thaw them, just use them straight up frozen. So I'm going to start getting my ingredients together, and then we'll get started baking this thing. So stay tuned. Alright, so we're going to do 1 package of active dry yeast, a cup of milk at 105, 115. This is 112. I stuck it in the microwave. Now this came from my fridge, so I nuked it for 30 seconds twice, and I got it to 112. And then 2 tablespoons of sugar and half a teaspoon of salt. So it says in a mixing bowl, add the yeast, lukewarm milk, stir in sugar and salt, and set aside for about 5 minutes. So I'm going to do the milk first. Now for yeast, I use a big package of yeast. So to get 1 package, it's 2 1/4 teaspoons. So I've got that right here. Sprinkle that in. And get something to mix that up with. I'm just gonna stir this up. And then I've got my sugar and salt right here, so we'll sprinkle that in. Get it all combined. Alright, we'll let that sit for 5 minutes. In the meantime, we need to get the rest of our stuff. So, we'll get 3 cups of all-purpose flour and a 1/3 cup of softened butter or margarine. And I need the 2 egg yolks. So, let me get that stuff and I'll be right back with you. Alright, so I've got my dough hook on here. This has been sitting for 5 minutes. I'm going to add the eggs. The mix in there, the egg yolks. Then it says to add half of the flour mixture. So we'll do, since it's 2.5 to 3, I'll do just a little bit of this. 1.5 cups we'll add and mix well. You might have to scrape it down. down a little bit. So we get all that mixed up, and then we're going to add the butter. I know I've told y'all before, but I got this from the Cookie Countess website, and I love it. So easy to pour your dry ingredients in. So let's now we're going to add our softened butter and let that mix in. Then it says gradually add the rest of the flour except for the last half cup. Now, we'll see how this goes, because I'm not gonna, the last half cup, you're supposed to sprinkle some flour on your board and knead it for 10 minutes. Rhonda ain't gonna sit here and knead this thing for 10 minutes. I'm gonna use my handy dandy dough hook on my KitchenAid. I quit kneading a long time ago. Using this dough hook works just as well. So I think what I'm going to do is just see how much this dough will hold. I've still got about half a cup. So I'm going to knead this for about 10 minutes, and then we'll be back. Can't talk, and then we'll be back. I'm going to add a little bit more flour because it's still looking a little wet. we've had this kneading for 10 minutes and it's nice and easy to handle and smooth, and so I'm going to put it said put it in a bowl and cover and put in a warm spot. I'm used to greasing my bowls, so I went ahead and just sprayed a little bit of vegetable spray in there. And I don't know how puffy this thing is going to get, so I think might just give my cling a little bit of spray too, so it doesn't stick to that in case it makes it up to the top. Now I've got the proofing setting done on my oven, so I'm just going to stick this in the oven and we're going to leave it in here for an hour and then we'll be back. Alright, so it says I need to prepare a 9.5 by 13.5 pan, jelly roll pan, which I don't have. This is closed. Jelly roll pans is just a raised up pan that's raised up about an inch, so pretty much this is a jelly roll pan. But mine's a little bigger, so I have these pre-cut parchment papers. It doesn't say to line it with parchment, but I'm going to line it with parchment just to make my life easier here. So once it's done proofing for an hour, then we will, should have started that, shouldn't I have? There we go. We will put 3/4 of it in on here, spread it out, and do a nice raised edge. And then we'll put our blueberries in, sprinkle with sugar, and then cover with the strips of dough, the remaining 3/4. So we'll be back for that. So I forgot to turn the camera on in this part, but here I'm going to pull the dough out and put it on a floured surface and roll it out to a 9.5 by 13.5. I only rolled out 3/4 of it. I kept 1/4 of it out so I could make the little square designs on top. And this will stop right where I'm marking out the quarters so I can get that part. And then after I roll it out, I raise the edge up on the side so the blueberries stay in, so I make a rim around it. And then I put the blueberries in, sprinkled the sugar on top, and then I painted the top with the egg wash. And it's just one egg that was beaten. I preheated my oven to 400, but I think probably need to cook it at 350 because it cooked too fast. It cooked, but it got way too brown on top, I think. But you'll see here in a minute. Okay, I had this in for 20 minutes at 400. I think probably baking it at 350 for a little longer would be better. The outside's done. I don't know if underneath is done, but we're going to try it. It smells like bread. Not really coffee cake-ish, you know, like well, coffee cake I think of as like the crumbly cinnamon. So this is more like bread. So we're gonna try a piece. Yeah, the dough looks a little like it's not done. I covered the top with some parchment to keep it from getting darker. But we'll try it. Good job. Here, we're going to try this, see what it tastes like, what kind of flavor it has. I still think I'm going to cover it with some foil to keep it from browning more. Well, the under's done. Maybe it is done. Then let's try it. It's like a fruit pizza or something. It's good. The fruit's sweet because you sprinkle it with the sugar. It's cooked. try a little bit of the crust. Crust is not overly sweet. It has a little sweet taste to it because there is sugar in it, but it's not bad. For a quick little breakfast morning, it's not bad at all. Should I be eating this because I have to fit into a Mother of the Bride dress in June? Nope, but I'm gonna. The fruit's still a little firm, but warm. So it says serve it warm. The fruit's not, it's like cooked, but it's not mushy cooked. So, no, those are really good. So, I was kind of iffy about it because it didn't really have a whole lot of stuff. I was thinking, should I add some cinnamon to it? But nope, we were going to cook it the way it said just to see how it turned out. So I do recommend this recipe. I will write the directions in the comment section, not the comment, the description, so that if y'all want to make this, it says you can use the frozen berries. Don't thaw them, just throw them in frozen. I used fresh. Not from my blueberry bushes, only got like half a cup so far, so this is only their first year. Next year I should have a lot more. But yeah, this is really good. It's brown underneath, so I guess it did cook all the way through. I was kind of iffy there for a minute, but yeah, it did cook all the way through, so yeah, I recommend this recipe. So, after I ate that whole thing in front of y'all, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Comment below if you have any suggestions, and we will catch you on the next one. Have a great day.